And now it's time for Is This Trend Your Friend?
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Michael Jenkins, our first contestant.
All right, thanks. I'm from Texas, but I've been here in D.C. for a while. Bill, great to be here.
We appreciate you coming out. It is not really opponents. I guess we're not really competing on this, but also on our stage, Chelsa Messenger dealing with a sick child, and we're glad that you were able to join us today for this rendition of Are These Trends Your Friends? First one, Chiefs,
big money,
4-point favorites.
Big money.
No whammies. The Chiefs are 4-point favorites at Cleveland this weekend. Kansas City has lost 7 consecutive games against the spread. That is the longest streak in Andy Reid's coaching career since 1990. The only teams to win 75% of their games while also losing at least 7 straight against the number, the 2024 Chiefs and the 2020 Chiefs. Interesting. This trend says Cleveland. So, Jinx, this trend, your friend.
Yes. I don't know what's going on with the Chiefs right now. This is what they do. I love that this is the Chiefs have done this and also the Chiefs. Like, this is just what they've done forever. Like I said, I don't know if they've made a deal with the devil, like what's going on with Kansas City right now. But whether it's, a missed field goal from the opposing team, or doinking one off the upright and in. I know the due theory is terrible, but Cleveland is due to play some decent football, and I don't trust this trend with the Chiefs. So, yeah, give me the Browns.
Yeah, but let's consider the other side, because as much as we look at trends, have you seen Jameis Winston's numbers? And have you heard the quote, Lord, deliver me from pick sixes? Because it's been a problem for Jameis. So this makes it really hard to bet on or against the Browns, just because it feels like the swing is so wild. So much variance for an offense that, 1 minute Jameis Winston is slinging it, and then the next moment he's thrown another pick six. If you look at him over his last 2 games, he's thrown 5 picks. It's not great, and it doesn't make me feel all warm and fuzzy saying I want to trust Jameis against one of the best defenses in the NFL. So this one I'm staying far, far away from.
All right, fair enough. Let's head to the next one. Bo Nix, come on down, rookie. He started all 13 games for the Broncos this season. Denver's 8-5 overall. They are 10-3 against the number. This weekend, Nix is the most profitable quarterback against the spread in the NFL. He's been a favorite in 6 games. They are 6-0 straight up and against the number. This weekend, he and the Broncos, 4-point favorites against the Colts. So, Chelsa, the trend would point to the Broncos and Bo Nix getting to 7-0 as a favorite against the number. Is this trend your friend?
Well, considering both Jenks and I are on this trend and we're on this play in our pick six, I'm going to go yes. But I feel like this has more to do with Sean Payton than anything. Because this trend, the Broncos being really good as favorites, says to me that when the Broncos have an equal playing field or, the talent level is skewed a little in their favor, those are the games that they win. And Sean Payton is a good enough coach to where, if he's not playing those top tier teams in the NFL, his team has an absolute chance to win all of those games. So I think this is more to do with the coaching more than anything and how he navigates using a rookie quarterback. So I think this trend is your friend, but I think it's more to do with Sean Payton than it has to do with Bo Nix.
Yeah, I love this trend. And also, Bo Nix has been a favorite in 6 games this season. He is 6-0 against the number. The Broncos are great against the number. The Colts are really bad. Well, they're not as bad as maybe the Jags or the Panthers, but Anthony Richardson, I don't trust him at all as a quarterback. He has a long developmental runway as an NFL quarterback. Now he goes on the road against a really good Broncos defense. No, I'm going to ride this trend, ride the Broncos all the way to the bank. Love this trend. That's my friend.
All right. Finally, the Titans. Sorry, Chelsa. They have struggled against the number this season. They are 2-11 against the spread. Their mark is the worst through 13 games against the number since the 2016 Browns. They are just the 6th team in the Super Bowl era, which goes back, of course, to the late 60s, to start 2-11 against the spread. Tennessee chasing if you will, the 2007 Ravens for the worst all-time season against the spread mark. The Ravens that year went 3-13 against the number. I remember that season. I was working in Baltimore at the time. It was not pretty. Not pretty. So the trend here, Jinx, would point to the Bengals covering the 5. Is this trend your friend?
Yes. Those Titans lost me last week, man. I was laying 3 with the Titans against the Jags. The Mac Jones-led Jacksonville Jaguars. And what the Titans do, coughed up a big fur ball. It was terrible. Also, Mac Jones, how do you lose to Mac Jones? When you're losing to Mac Jones at quarterback already on a bad team, I feel like Mark Gastineau. You hurt me, Titans. You hurt me. You hurt me, Titans. You really hurt me. I'm following this trend. I'm on the Bengals.
Like, is there anything good about the Titans right now? Probably not. Like, the fact that they can't even cover numbers when they're getting a lot of points in a lot of these games. Like, this is a team that you don't touch with a 10-foot pole. Like, I feel like I always leave the light on for this offense and say, Will Levis is looking better. They had a lot of penalties in the last game. But how many excuses can you line up before you just shut the door on a team and say, no, you're not going to break my heart anymore, and I'm certainly not losing any more money on this squad? So, like, in handicapping, you always want to have, like, a good reason to, like, back a team. There's just not many reasons to back the Titans right now. So if it was anything, it would be the Bengals laying the 5. I'm not going to fade my team, but, like, at this point, you gotta. Like, look at the trends. None of them line up for the Titans.
Yeah, it's a bad situation, as you point out, Jinx, when they lose to the Jaguars, and then the next week they're getting 5 against the Bengals team, who really should be 4-8 probably right now, or 4-9, whatever they. Yeah, I guess 4-9. And you're about the same record, and still everybody's just like, no, don't trust the Titans at all. Period. End of story. I'm sorry, Chelsa. It's just not.
Like, normally there would be, like, some argument for saying, okay, Brian Callahan came from the Bengals. Maybe he knows, like, the tendencies of Joe Burrow. But even if you know the tendencies of Joe Burrow, can you still defend him? Because that's the thing. Like, even if you know a team is doing something, but they're really good at doing it, it doesn't mean you're going to stop them.
Yeah, no, I mean, and Troy Aikman said the other day that Joe Burrow is his favorite quarterback.
I saw that.
In the NFL, which, I mean, Burrow's had an unbelievable season. It's just too bad the rest of the team stinks.
No, very true.
Yeah. The only thing bad is his house got broken into. Did you guys talk about that yesterday?
That was a wild story. No, we didn't. That's a bad. Talk about a trend not being your friend. That trend is not the friend of the poor athletes who are getting their house robbed when they play on primetime.